Today on Sugar Spun Run, I'll be showing you how to make chocolate whipped cream. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, it's Sam here, and today I have a super simple, carefully tested, well-researched, and perfected recipe for chocolate whipped cream. This one actually took me quite a few tries to get just right, but I finally perfected it and it's super easy, so let's get right to it. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to combine 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, and 1/4 cup of natural cocoa powder. Now you could use Dutch processed cocoa powder instead if you don't have natural, but that is going to change the flavor profile a bit. It's going to make it a bit darker and a little bit more intense if you use Dutch process instead. And we'll also add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now that you have everything combined in a large mixing bowl, you're going to want to grab an electric hand mixer. And we're going to start by mixing everything on low speed and gradually increase that speed until high. Now, ideally, we will whisk this cream until we get it just past soft peaks, and I will show you exactly what that looks like. Now, this does take several minutes to whisk together. If you do not have an electric mixer, you could try to do this with a whisk by hand. Just keep in mind, it's going to be quite an arm workout and it's going to take quite a long time. All right, so we are pretty much at the perfect point right here. So let me go ahead and show you exactly how this whipped cream looks. So you can see when I pull the beaters out of the whipped cream, the peaks that form at the bottom of the beaters, they hold their shape pretty well. They're not completely stiff, but they're not completely falling in on themselves. That's the perfect consistency. Now, if I use my spatula to mix it up, you can see it's smooth and it's creamy, and it is approaching a Cool Whip-like consistency. This is where I typically like to stop with my whipped cream. It's great for piping, it's great for serving any way you would typically use chocolate whipped cream. However, if you go just a little bit further, you'll get stiff peaks and you're going to end up with a much thicker, fluffier, and stiffer chocolate whipped cream. I want to show you guys just what that looks like. All right, now you can see this is much thicker and fluffier, and we have stiff peaks here. Now, just keep in mind, this is going to be a lot thicker and it's not going to be quite as creamy. If you accidentally take your whipped cream this far and you want it to be not quite so stiff, you can always add about a tablespoon of whipped cream and fold that in with a spatula, and that'll bring it back down to the soft peak consistency. Now, I'm pretty happy with this consistency. I'm going to be using it for dipping strawberries. So let me just go ahead and pour that out to a serving bowl and take a look at that. And that is how you make homemade chocolate whipped cream from scratch. I hope you guys enjoyed this really easy recipe, and if you try it out, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I always love hearing from you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.